talk and share things and get to know each other and all that for whoever's attending. That'd be pretty cool too. I'll come up with something for that. I know there's one segment me and Mark Meckler are going to be hitting on some past states things and getting engaged in non-convention states things as well as other things. So that'll be pretty cool. I've never worked with them on a stage before, so that would be interesting. Let's see. There is still room for people to attend the summit. They're not really promoting it as convention states, but they wanted us regional directors to promote it to our regions and things like this. Last I heard, there was a count of 337 signed up to attend, and I think their limit was 400, so they're on the edge. That's why they're not promoting it widely, because they want to make sure those in the region that get this message have the opportunity to sign up and go. There are grants available. They are working on the budget for the grants and the priority of who gets those grants, because they won't be able to pay for everybody probably. That those grants pay for part of your travel, not all of it, probably, unless you live really close to Colonial Williamsburg or your flight is very low cost. So that's kind of it on the part. There's a new phone app that's getting ready to come out in the near future. It's in beta test right now with iPhones. The name of the app is COS Connection. COS Connect. Sorry, not Connection. COS Connect. This phone app is eventually going to incorporate a lot of really, really cool things. It'll be kind of referred to as Citizen Builder in your pocket, because a lot of people do a lot of their stuff on a smartphone these days versus a laptop or a desktop PC. You know, a lot of people, I mean, the capability for those two will always be there, of course, but you'll be on the go with this. The first thing that's going to be rolled into COS Connect, if you've ever heard of it, is an app called Telepatriot. Telepatriot is a tool, it's a phone app by itself right now that has been used for states, like in the past states or even other states, to help non-past states when there's a critical need to call people in states to, like, have them call their legislator or rally them to go to the Capitol for a Capitol rally at a key time of the year when Mark Meckler's there and they're trying real hard to pass the resolution. So somebody's got some paper shuffling or something going on, so please mute if you're not muted. So after, like I said, they're testing it with iPhones right now. Around about July 3rd, they're going to be testing it with Android phones, and then once they get those beta tests done and all the bugs worked out, they'll roll it out to all of us to be able to download and install this COS Connect. Back when Michael Tranchino was with us, there was a discussion on the national team Slack. It was called MOAC, M-O-A-C, and it was just kind of a jokingly name and conversation at the time that MOAC stood for Mother of All Communications. So after Telepatriot, it's going to incorporate Patriot games, and eventually there will be like push notifications, notifications from Citizen Builder for different things. There will be an events calendar in there that you can load in and be specific to your state or your area, and you'd be able to pull that up and find out what events, convention of states events or events that you could or should attend in your area, things like that. So just envision a phone app that incorporates a bunch of things, and in this case it will be all convention of states related. So there'll be things added to this along the way, forever or whatever. It's going to be a really cool tool. So just keep your eyes and ears open for that. I want to cover the Convention of States store, COS store. It's live now as a soft launch. What they mean by soft launch really is it's been promoted to the state slacks and all the national slack teams, if you're on them, like I think COSDC, the grassroots coordinator slack and the state director slack. So that's the soft launch. Anybody can get to it, even the public, I believe. So when they do the real launch, which should be about Friday or after the first of or next week, and that will be where they'll be widely and broadly promoting it everywhere. And I don't know if they put ads out on Facebook or if they do things like that, but there should be a broad release of it to let everybody know it's there and available. The purpose of the soft launch is for you all to go there. Even if you're not going to buy anything, go there and see what's available. Suggest items that you think should be there that are not. And if you want to go through the purchase process and buy something, that's great. If you run into any issues there or anything that needs improved, they want feedback on that. If you don't want to buy anything, you can go through the purchase process up to the point of not buying it and experience that for yourselves and provide feedback. There's a link on the COS store page that where you can send an email or connect with them and provide the feedback for the store. And so they really, really, really want feedback from everybody. So,
all right, good.
I think that's it for me, Dale.
Thank you, Rodney. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Good, good, good. You see your face on the PowerPoint there? Hello. Okay.
Oh, yeah, right. I was muted. Yeah, I see my face. I didn't turn my camera on. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Thanks, Rodney. Thank you. All right, let's go now to talk about some Patriot Pins. And these, as you know, these are pins that we give out to people that we want to recognize, special recognition. These are people that have gone above and beyond, working on special projects, have very positive attitude. So these are some people that we want to try and recognize. And on this call, I have two people we want to recognize. And the first one's Thomas Schultz, the region captain in Region 6, and Chris Miller, our SIA/training person here in our state. Thomas, are you on this evening? Need to look here and see where you are.
I'm here.
You're there, aren't you? Can you come on, Thomas?
I'm right above, on my screen. I'm above you.
Oh, you are. Well, I don't see you. There you are. Okay. Now I see you.
It just took a while.
You got a Patriot Pin, my man. Thomas, you've been, I know you've been a region captain, district captain and region captain, and I know you've been working very hard being a region captain and very, very dedicated. So I think we should recognize you with a Patriot Pin. You want to say anything? Anything you want to say?
Who me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, gee whiz. Besides, thank you for the pin. Being ranked up there with, never mind, my mind's just went off track.
All right, well.
It usually does.
Well, thanks for everything you're doing, Thomas, and keep up the good work. Keep
up the good
work, man.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Chris, are you out there now? I know you're on there.
Oh, sorry, I had to unmute myself too.
Okay, all right.
Well, this
Chris,
is really.
I want to thank you for everything that you've been doing. I know you've you went through the training to be an SIA, and we here put you into the training program. So, Ken, turn your camera off right now, Ken Colbert.
All right.
And so, Chris, I want to thank you for everything that you've been doing. You've been doing a great job for us.
Thank you very much, sir. I hope to do go above her and beyond her, if you will, if that's a correct terminology. But looking forward to our meeting on Friday. So I think there's some things I need to catch up on, but I really appreciate everybody's commitment. It's going to be a tough order to get everybody and get the whole country aboard on this effort. So
yeah, I think we'll have a good meeting. Got some things for us all to talk about. So once again, thank you, Chris and Thomas. And as soon as I get my Social Security check, I'll mail you the pins. Okay.
Thanks. One of these days, Dale, I hope to upgrade to a really cool backdrop that you've got, like you've got.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All I could find as a swap meet was the shower curtain from that movie Psycho, and it just it just wouldn't work,
We don't want that. We don't want that. All right, guys. Okay, Fred. Okay, you can turn your camera off too. All right, let's get on to grassroots now, and I want to recognize some people that have come into our training program, district captain trainees. We've got Rob Stallcup in District 42, JSL in District 47, Keenan Crutchfield in District 4, and I think we're going to get a co-district captain lined up in Region 4, Cassie Day. These are, Keenan and Cassie are both up in the Valparaiso area. But we've got some DCs that have completed their training here in the month of June, and I wanted to bring them on this evening so that you all can meet them and let them say hi to you. And the first one is Ken Colbert. Ken, you there? I know you were there.
Yeah, I'm here. Yes.
Okay, can you get your camera back on?
All right, I'm decent. I'm okay. All right.
There he is. There he is.
Hey.
Ken Colbert, District 78. And got anything you wanted to say, Ken, or say hi or anything?
Well, I look forward to being part of the group. I've signed up for the summit, so I'm going to be there. I've already got my name in, so I'm one of those 330 people already.
Good deal.
And
Good deal.
Anyway, I'm paying my own way, too, because I know the organization needs the money, and I'd be honored to do that.
Well, great. Well, thank you, Ken. Ken, by the way, is the only district captain in Region 8 right now. So the whole region's on your shoulders, Ken. I just don't want to make you feel nervous or anything.
You already know about me. That's not a problem. Thank you.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah.
All right, Ken. Well, thank you and welcome aboard, my man.
I appreciate that.
The next new DC is Michael Hackman, and I know I don't see Michael on the attendance list here tonight, so I know he's got a lot of his job is very demanding right now. The next one is in District 41 is Fred Dennison. Fred, I know you're on there.
Yes, I am.
Can you come on camera and say hi to everyone? There you are.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be a part of the movement. I'm looking forward to spreading the word and growing the movement here in District 41.
Good deal. Now, Fred, I might mention, Fred has a son, Matthew, that's on our super volunteer list, and he lives up here in the Fort Wayne area with us. And I think, Fred, you and Matthew are going to work at the Hamilton County Fair, right?
Right. We signed up for the July 20th, the final 3 hours from 5 to 8. So we're going to both be there and kind of close the show.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, welcome aboard, Fred. Thank you for coming on. Thank
you very much.
The next person that I would like to recognize is a new co-district captain in District 28, Courtney Love. And Courtney, I see your name on here. Can you come on camera with us tonight?
Hi.
Yeah, hi, Courtney.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. There you are. There you are. All right.
Hi.
Hi. So, Courtney's going to be co-district captain with Dallas Halcomb in District 28. And are you camping right now, Courtney, or have you left yet?
No, tomorrow night we'll be going camping, so this is good timing.
She's headed to Michigan to do some camping, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, good. Have you hooked up with Dallas yet to talk about your strategy?
Yep. I think it was last night or 2 nights ago. We were able to get together. We have a strategy going forward in the next couple months. So I'm really excited to get going.
All right. Good deal. Well, welcome aboard, Courtney. Glad to have you. Thank you. All right. Let's get now. Just want to also mention, of course, we still have various positions open. Still looking for district captains, of course, event coordinator, coalitions director, and so forth and so on. So we are still looking for people. So if you come across anyone, please point them to our website, conventionofstates.com, have them go in and look at the different positions that we have and have them make application if they're interested at all. Okay, let's move on here. Do you all remember this young man from last month's state call? You remember him?
I sure do.
You remember him?
Sure do.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what happened during the month since our last state call. I was able to do an interview with this young man, and we recorded the interview, and I wanted to present that to you tonight. And we're going to, it takes a few minutes. It's a little bit longer than normal, but we're going to end up at a particular point that I want everyone to be aware of. So hang on here now. I'm going to try and do what I need to do to make this happen so that you can see it in its entirety. All right. Why isn't it happening here? Okay. Here we go, guys. Well, hi. It's really good to see you again. I was looking forward to talking with you again.
Hi, Dale. Yes, I've been looking forward to this for a long time. I'm glad that we were able to finally do this.
Well, let's get started. First of all, what is your name? What name do I use to call you?
Well, Dale, that's kind of a sad story on my part. I really don't have a name. I have grown up in the Marengo Caves area. I've spent the majority of my life in the caves, and I have never known my parents. So I've been kind of adopted by the caves, and at this point, I don't have a name.
Well, okay, we'll come back to that. First of all, tell me something about yourself.
Well, Dale, I have been, as I said, spent many years traveling amongst the cave areas down here in the Corridon, southern Indiana area. I travel in and out of the small towns now and again to get my food, and then come back to really spend my time in nature, and really love the southern Indiana countryside. I've always enjoyed the freedom of living among the packs and the caves.
Okay. Well, living in a cave like that, how did you find out about Convention Estates?
Well, on one of my travels into Corrigan one day, I was stopped in the local fresh market, pick up some food for the day, and on my way out, I picked up a newspaper. Now, it's interesting. I've had some help along the way, and I never really did attend a regular school, but I did go through K school, so I'm able to read at a pretty good level. I can read a newspaper, and I happened to read an article by a gentleman named Larry Wee. And it caught my attention, and that's what really started my whole interest in this convention of states here in Indiana.
Well, that's very interesting. Yes, Larry Wee is one of our district captains, and he does write editorials for some local newspapers. So that's very interesting. Well, tell me, since you know a little bit about Convention of States, how would you like for us to use you?
Well, Dale, I think because I have a special appeal, I think, to people in the media. I've been in some local broadcasts down here because they do find me to be kind of an unusual guy.
Whoa, golly. Well, hi, it's really good to see you again. I was looking forward to talking with you again. Well, guys, I think I messed that up. I think I caused that to stop, so I'm sorry about that. Did everybody get to see that all right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what you didn't see was we eventually got to the point where we want to find a name for this young man. So what I'm asking you to do is to give me a name that you think we should name him, and I'll post those then at our next state call, and we'll take a vote then, and we'll get a name for this young man. I think we can really utilize him. So, but our first step is we want to get him a name. Okay? So give me your ideas on a name, and we'll take it from there. All right. Okay. Anybody got any questions so far on anything?
Nope.
Okay. I'm sorry I messed that up. So I think maybe what I'll try and do is I'll try and maybe email that particular interview out to everyone so you can see the whole thing. Okay. The next thing I wanted to, next couple things, the region breakdown, I'm not going to spend any time on that tonight. I'll have this pinned on the general Slack channel, so you can look at it at that time. Just note that we're up to 26 districts right now, so still two region captains. So that's all we're going to discuss on that tonight. Our grassroots tracking, again, this will be pinned on the general channel. We won't go into any detail on this tonight. I just want to point out just a couple things. We're striving for the 40,000 supporter mark for the year 2019. and we're just over 34,000. So we're about at the halfway point, and we gotta keep struggling to get more supporters on board to get to our 40,000. So we should be able to make it okay, I think. All right, let's go on. Legislative. Paul, are you there?
Yes, sir.
You want to take it from this point?
Absolutely. So the first on my list is Senator Travis Holdman. I had a great meeting with him right after our last state call, and he has agreed to help us sponsor an update to the faithful delegate legislation in the next session. So I'm really excited about that. As you know, that's been a focus of 34 Ready. And what we're planning on doing is likely in September, holding an informal workshop for a number of legislators that Travis is going to identify and invite, and we can start hashing out the details of improvements to that bill. So looking forward to doing that. I told him about the summit, and he was pretty excited about it and asked if he could be invited. And thanks to some help from Rodney, we did get approval to invite him, and he will be actually attending the summit with us in August. I'm very excited about that. Then Ben Smaltz, both Maya and I were able to meet with him and talk about much the same topics, the 34 Ready plan and updating the delegate law. He had some ideas on it, and he's going to be a key legislator involved in our work next session as well. Victoria Mooring. Victoria, I think, is on. She had a successful meeting with Representative Dan Leonard. Victoria, I was wondering if you could come on and tell us a little bit about that experience.
Yeah, that was a great meeting. I was a little scared at first because I've never done it before, but he's very personable and made it real easy for me to talk to. I think if anyone who hasn't done this before is going to meet with their representative, I wish I would have read Article 8.2 that goes along with the Joint Resolution 14, some of the stuff that you sent to me. I didn't get it until after my meeting, and I think that's a good thing for somebody to read before they meet with their representative. But it was a very good meeting. He told me we're having that table at the Huntington 4-H fair. He told me that there's going to be a GOP tent there, and he will be attending that tent, so he's going to come over to our table. He is interested in finding out more about the youth for the Convention of State that Maya is doing.
Sure.
So I would like to have Paul get with me and make sure that we have paperwork, and I would like some training on that so that when I talk to Representative Leonard, I kind of know what I'm talking about. So if we could hook up something like that, it would be great.
Absolutely. Well, great. I'm glad it went so well, Victoria. I know you were uncertain about it because this was the first time meeting with a legislator, and I think you told me you two met at a coffee shop, and he spent about an hour with you, right?
Yeah, we met at Nick's Kitchen in Huntington, and we were there about an hour and 20 minutes. Like I said, he was real easy to talk to, and he was under the impression that everything's been taken care of in the resolution and that everything else that needs to be done will be done at the convention. So.
Yep. So, yeah, I appreciate you sharing this, Victoria, because to me it points out two things. One is it's not as bad as you think it's going to be when you meet with a legislator. And number two, they really do need the education that we can provide for them and the guidance to move this along properly, because they've got so many things they have to keep track of. You're going to find that you're more of an expert on Convention of States than they are.
The other thing, he suggested that I get a hold of David Long, and if we can't get him on board with us here in Indiana. And I was trying to find his number and give him a call today before this meeting tonight. Representative Leonard told me that he was to look him up in the phone book, but he's not there. So if anybody listening knows any way I can get his phone number, I'll give him a call. I think I'm going to try and get a hold of the administrative assistant in Representative Leonard's office. I've called a couple, 2-3 different times, and she's either in a meeting or got the day off, or and she hasn't called me back. So I'm up to suggestions on how you want me to approach David Long. If there's somewhere that he's going to be a great asset, I need to be able to tell him that when I call him.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. I'd like to, Paul and Victoria, I'd like to, the three of us, to talk about David Long. I've thought about him too. So.
Okay.
Okay, we need to talk.
We can do that.
All right.
So thanks for reporting your experience, Victoria.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Dale, the last thing we had here is the Target Legislator Tracking Report. Or as Dale likes to call it, the TLTR. And there's really no change since the last time we updated it. I mean, the last legislator who we've updated here is Justin Bush, who is new. He, in fact, took Senator Long's spot when Senator Long retired. And my daughter Maya was able to talk with him at a meeting and confirm his support for us. This is something that's going to take us a while to work through, getting to some of these undeclared legislators and figuring out where they're at. You know, we've been relying on DC meetings with them. You know, Dale and I have been scratching our heads on it. We may have to come up with an alternate way of gauging their support. So we'll figure that out. But I think that's all I've got for now, Dale.
All right, Paul. Thank you very much. Thank you. I did want to mention that we had a couple Lincoln Day dinners. 4 Lincoln Day dinners attended this past month. Richard Welcome in D.C. in District 17 actually attended 2 Lincoln Day dinners and met up with one of his legislators and gave him a copy of Mark Levin's book, Liberty Amendment. So that was a good touch. Also, Thomas Schultz, Region Captain in Region 6, attended the Lincoln Day dinner. And he's here shaking hands with Curtis Hill, the Indiana Attorney General. So Thomas was out talking to the politicians at his Lincoln Day dinner. So I want to thank you guys for attending those Lincoln Day dinners. They're good opportunities to just meet and greet legislators. So good deal. Okay, Ken Kashuba, comms team.
Hello, Dale.
I know you're there.
I am here.
Okay. So what you got going on there, bud?
Well, we have really not a whole lot from my side of things as far as what I've got. Module 5 continues to be, we've added we really added just one element, which was really the training portion for the email newsletter blast. That's been added to Module 5, and we've tried to make that you know, an easy to understand portion of the module. Other than that, we've been working a little bit with you to try and get your Indiana Live broadcast on a more competitive basis with some of the other states. And I think we're pretty close. I know that we've got you something here a little earlier this afternoon that I think you'll be able to hopefully use. And you know, the next time you do a broadcast, hopefully you'll be up there with Jimmy Kimmel and all the rest of them.
Yeah, if I can avoid having a technical problem,
yeah, I think we have to get an SI to move into your back room there so that we can get your technical difficulties straightened out.
That would be a good idea, or a state communications coordinator in the back room here that would.
Well, I'm not sure. Well, unless you got bus tickets and a lot of donuts, I don't think that's going to happen soon. But
all right.
Other than that.
I'm going to say
Go ahead.
a few words on the Indiana Live here, but I wanted to bring on. Did you have anything else, Ken? I want to bring on John here.
Yeah, I was just going to mention, John. I know I was just going to say that, you know, in any good organization, you know, you always find people that are willing to step up and take on additional duties, and you know, I really do appreciate John. John Ackerman has you know, done a well of a job for us on our Facebook and our social media areas. And John was more than willing to step up and fill a position that I know Dale and I have been looking to fill for a long time, and that's the media liaison spot. And I know there was a lot put on John's plate early, so I'm just going to back out of the way and let John come on, because I think, John, we'd like to hear from you and how things are going, and you know, what kind of directions you're finding there.
All right. Thanks, Ken. John, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
You're there.
And yeah, and it seems like you always call on me just when the clock starts chiming. So
that is true. That is true. Yes.
I can't do anything about that sound. It'll stop. 3 things I want to bring to everyone's attention tonight. Right now, I'm working on filing a list of all the newspapers, radio, and TV stations in the state of Indiana so that we can send press releases out to them. And one of our good convention states guys who lives in my town of Anderson is Jim Finesse. And he has taken over our state Twitter and Instagram accounts, and every day he's putting up about 3 posts that he draws from the Facebook page. Now, most of the posts on the Facebook page come from the U.S. National, and they're very well done, especially Jimmy just kind of borrows from those, and puts 3 of them up on Twitter and Instagram accounts. And the third thing I want to talk about is that I'm starting now to find and recruit volunteers and find others to provide housing, private editor, and provide for the rest of the support.
All right, John. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work, my man. Indiana Live, I just want to let you know, as you know, we broadcast every Monday evening at 7 o'clock, unless there's some sort of technical problem, which there was last Monday. And but we're going to be there again next Monday, and next Monday we're going to have Gary Harbaugh on, and he's going to be discussing self-governance. So we're looking forward to that. Just want to mention that we're trying to get legislators lined up to come on the broadcast. We've got Senator Travis Holdman is scheduled for August 19th right now, and we've got some invites out to some other legislators, so hopefully we'll be getting more and more of those individuals onto the broadcast. So please tune in if you can every Monday evening at 7 o'clock. So check us out. All right. Maya, are you on this evening? Let me see if...
sorry, Dale, you're stuck with me. Maya is at a Teenage Republicans meeting this evening that seems to be running longer than we thought it would.
So she's doing her job, huh?
Yes, sir. So they had a meeting tonight. Attorney General Curtis Hill was there, and I think it was Allen County Right to Life were some of the folks presenting. But she's had a lot of success with that group, and what she is, her objective for tonight's meeting is to get an invite to come in and do a presentation on Convention of States to the group. So hopefully she'll come home and tell me she was successful at that. As far as the Young American Coalition, Keith Carmichael's our National Coalitions Director, and they're kind of restarting these monthly coalition calls. They're going to have one coming up on July 1st in general, and then their call in August is specifically going to focus on the Young Americans Coalition. So Maya's looking forward to participating in that. And then Ben Smaltz, I did mention our meeting. Maya accompanied me to that meeting. Ben spent about an hour and a half with us and interacted quite a bit with her as well as me. She just had a little bit to share on her perspective on that. And then finally, she did meet Justin Bush at one of the Teenage Republican meetings and got the confirmation of his support for us. So those are the few things she wanted to cover.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, I wanted to just touch on very briefly, the newsletter template, that we have in the email blast program. We got a couple people in the district captain and region captain that are utilizing that template to create newsletters. I really hope that we can get to the point where every district captain is generating a newsletter, a monthly newsletter, to the people in their district to let them know what's happening in the district, state level, and national level. So here's just a couple examples. I couldn't get all the pages on here. These are just the first pages, but John Donka, the district captain in District 3 up in Region 1, then Thomas Schultz, Region Captain, Region 6, both have produced a newsletter using the template. So I would thank you guys for doing that and encourage you to keep up the good work there. Okay, next one is our state prayer contact person, Tim Heidenreich. Tim couldn't be with us tonight. He's in prison tonight. Not as an inmate, of course. In addition to his job in Convention of States as an SIA, Tim also participates in a prison ministry program. So he is at prison here in Indiana tonight, ministering to those inmates there. So, but he wanted me to tell everyone, if you've got events or people, any kind of needs for prayer, to please contact him, and he will run it up to the National Prayer Group and get you included in the prayer group. So, Tim Heidenreich, State Prayer Contact. All right, let's try and go around the horn here and wrap it up and see if anyone's got anything else they would like to say. Victoria, you got anything else you would like to say this evening?
No, I'm just anxious to get everything put together for our Huntington 4-H fair for our table there. I've talked to Ed today, and we're going to go early. They have us set up a couple days early so we can find out where the table goes and try and get everything set up that, so that we're ready on the 20th, because it's going to take us more than 2 hours, I think, to figure everything out.
What are the dates of the fair? What are the dates of the fair, Victoria?
July the 20th to the 24th.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Good deal. Good luck on that.
Thank you.
Appreciate your effort there. Thank you. All right. Let's Paul, you just talked. I'm going to drop down here. Thomas, are you you got anything you'd like to say?
Who, me?
Yeah, that's you.
Well, I was just wanting to, what's the word for it? My newsletters go out to all three of the regions, Region 8, 9, and 6.
Oh, good.
That's how the one district DC applicant Jay Estelle contacted me because he read my newsletter.
Oh, great.
Okay. That's all I got. That's all.
All right. Thanks, my man. Thank you. Okay, Fred, you got anything you want to say this evening? Anything more?
Yeah, my oldest son, Tristan, contacted me this evening and told me that he is wanting to become more involved in the convention of states as well. I think he's a little jealous of his younger brother, so he's going to try and step up a little bit. So I'm going to talk to him this weekend to see if he would like to do something a little bit more than little bit more than the media type of things that he's been doing.
Where does he live, Fred?
He lives in Fort Wayne as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, great. Super. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, Larry Hudson, you got anything you want to add tonight? Anything more? Let me unmute you here. There you go.
Well, I don't think I do personally. Perhaps Melba will want to chime in. We're working together, as you know, on the Hamilton County Fair, and caught a couple loose ends I think she might want to bring to your attention, unless she's involved.
Yeah, I know she's trying to follow that application. I got copied on her email on that. I did. Well, I don't know if she's still on here or not. I don't see her name, but I did ask Rodney to help us out here if he can get somebody to get off the, get going on it. So.
Okay.
I'm over here, Billy.
You there, Melba?
I am, yes.
Yeah, I did email. I forwarded your email to Rodney and asked him to see if he can help get things moving along for us. So
I will definitely do that.
Pardon me?
I will definitely do that.
All right. Thanks, Rodney. Thank you. Larry, how you coming on Senator Ford?
Well, truthfully, I haven't done anything with Senator Ford. I've been working to get to see my representative and my senator. I think Senator Sparks is also targeted.
Okay. So you haven't done anything on Senator Ford?
No, I don't know. I don't know him. I've not made contact with him.
All right. Thanks. Okay, Jerry, you got anything, Jerry? Jerry Rowe. Okay, Jerry must be taking
the mute thing and be ready for it because you don't know when you're coming out.
You got anything else you want to say, Jerry?
Well, I'm coming along with my outside curricular activities here.
All right.
Outside of the work, which is COS. I did meet, I probably don't mention enough stuff, but I did meet with Chris Campbell, the replacement Democrat for my district. 3 times she had some coffee clatches or meetings or something, and I went to 3 of those and let her know that I'd like to talk to her about convention of states. I haven't really had time to do that, but the coffee meetings have closed, I think, for the summer. So I got her number and stuff, though, so it should be fine to get a hold of her. So anyway, things are happening, and I did have a booth at the Midwest Rentals Home Show back in March. So same as I did last year.
All right. Thanks, Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Chris Miller, you got anything else you want to add?
Just a couple quick things. Melba, I sent you an email as a reminder to send me a sheet for the Hamilton County 4-H thing for see if what I can do to help out there, if at all possible. And Dale, I'll see you tomorrow night. And I was going to share something real quick with everybody in the chat, and it's not like we don't have a shortage of things that talk about COS, but this is if anybody goes to Prager University, you'll know that they've got a lot of really neat, in a lot of cases animated even, and short videos that you can share with people on different subjects. So they have one here from Jim DeMint as well. So it's just another tool. And I was I'm going to ask the question: if does anybody have a feeling for that this really isn't intended to be a one-party task, but what the feeling is across the nation for people that are maybe even apolitical, and signing up and getting on board with this. Does anybody have a feeling for that?
I'm sorry, getting on board with Convention of States?
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is it has tended to be a more conservative group that, of people that seems to support this.
Right.
And I just wondering how we're doing with trying to bring people aboard that say prefer to have the government run their lives, I guess, as tenderly as I can say it.
Yeah, I don't know that we're really reaching out to those people.
Yeah, I know we need to, but it's.
Chris, this is Melba.
Hi.
Hi. I have been thinking along the same lines as you, and in fact, I was going to try this out during the fair to reach out to independents and even to liberals, because I'm sure they're dissatisfied with the government also. So I don't think that it needs to be just a one-party agenda.
Yeah, I agree. I think we all agree. We want to bring everybody aboard. It's bigger than a party. It's about the people. Yeah, it's just I hope we can stay focused on that, and I have to admit I have a hard time sometimes myself doing that, but I definitely want to.
Yeah, this is Rodney. I'll post something on Slack maybe because I don't want to drag out the call, but we did have a big table and a big part in the Libertarian Convention last year at this time, and we almost brought them on board as their party plank. As far as the Democrats, they're out there, and it's kind of almost up to the states to do that inside the state, because we can't get a well-known person in that party to step up and endorse or talk about it at all. There have been lots of sponsors and people that have voted in legislatures who are Democrat. We had some here in Missouri. We wouldn't have passed the resolution in Missouri if we hadn't had some of those on board. So it's possible, but that side of it's going to have to be done from the ground up.
I understand.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to have to move on.
Sorry.
Chris. We're running out of time. Sorry.
Thanks.
All right. Ed Paraguay, you on there, bud?
Yeah, good evening, Dale. As Vicki mentioned a few minutes ago, we have been talking. I've got to modify the stands for the banners in order to fit under the canopy that I've got. We're going to meet on the 9th for an early lunch with a volunteer that Vicki has to help get that lady up to speed. And I guess the only other question I've got right now, I haven't looked at Slack since this morning, but Gary was showing a sign-up sheet yesterday on his call, and I just wondered if which Slack channel that's on. I'd like to put my name on it. So if you're listening, Gary, you might respond. That's all I have, Dale.
All right, thanks, Ed. Keep up the good work. Gary?
Yeah, just a couple things. One, I just want to echo something to everyone that I heard on the National Grassroots call, and that is how important the summer is, because the states that win in the legislature win by building relationships with their legislators over the summer, because legislators have time then, and you can really build that relationship. And it shows the legislator that we are organized, that we are committed, and it also shows that, reminds them that there are people right in their home district that are very interested and committed to this cause.
Right.
And so I just want to, again, encourage everybody to, make contact with state legislators, reps and senators as you have the opportunity, and make the opportunities for yourselves.
All right. Thanks, Gary. Thank you. All right. George, you got anything?
No, sir, not particularly. It's been an interesting call. I thank everybody for the hard work that they're doing. It can be kind of strange at times, but that's what makes life exciting. So, and I like your video. I look forward to seeing more of Franklin.
Well, I tell you what I'm going to do. I messed that up tonight. I'm going to send the YouTube version of that interview out to everyone. I'm going to send that on a separate email, so that, or maybe I'll do it on Slack, maybe both. But George, I want you in particular to watch the entire interview, because you become part of that interview.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Gee, thanks, Dale.
You are part of that interview, and I messed it up, and we didn't get to hear it tonight. So.
Oh, okay.
Sure, watch it. Listen to it, George.
Yeah, I will.
All right.
I'm looking for it.
Let me see if we got anybody else on here. Okay.
Not all.
You on here, bud? Larry?
Who's that?
Yes, I'm on. Hey, Dale. The next big thing we've got going in District 68 is we've got the Franklin County Fair coming up the week of July 13th through the 20th. So it's kind of where we really rolled out the activity when I first came on board last year, and had a pretty good run, so we're all set to go again.
All right. Good deal, Larry. Good deal.
Larry, if you need any materials for that, this is kind of like the first I've heard about it. We can get you some more information material or buttons or something if you need them.
Okay.
Let me know. This is George.
Okay. Very good, sir. Thanks.
Thank you. Melba, you got anything else?
Yes, actually several things. First, I'd like to say, Fred, sorry that you can't see me, but it was nice to put a face to the name. And thank you so much for offering to help. Chris, very well deserved the medal. You're fantastic, and really appreciate everything you do. The third thing is, I know there's a lot of people having fairs, but as you know, we're very low on district captains here in Hamilton County, and we have volunteers for every slot, but we are really short on anybody who is knowledgeable about COS. So if anybody can afford to help us on the 18th, 19th of July, that would be greatly appreciated. And last, Dale, I would like to ask if it would be possible to have a call with just the past states. I know that there is a Tuesday night call, a weekly call that is supposed to be for DCs and volunteers, but I think that the issues and the needs of past states are unique enough that we actually need to strategize just among the past states as to what we're doing with the 34 ready plan. And that's it.
All right. All right. Thanks, Melba. Okay, Richard.
That's taken under advisement. Thanks, Melba.
Yeah, Rodney, did you hear that?
I did. Yeah.
All right. Okay, Richard, you got anything you want to say?
Well, one thing real quick. Now, when we had 8 states, I did do that. It's been a struggle with 15, so yeah, but I'll work on it. I'll take it.
I know, but she's got a good point there. Good point. Richard Loken, you on, bud?
I'm here.
You got anything else you want to say?
Well, for me, what I'm doing out here is we're going to be going to the St. Joseph's Tea Party meeting, and I'm going to talk to them a little bit about Convention of States. I'm also going to participate with them in the St. Joseph's County Fair, and I'm looking into getting a table, authorization, and a table here in the Blueberry, and seeing if we can also have Convention of States march in our Blueberry parade that will be here this Labor Day weekend.
Cool. All right, thanks. Okay, we're way over time tonight. So
hey, Dale.
Hello.
Dale.
Yeah.
This is Ken. Yeah, I just had a quick comment I wanted to direct towards Chris's request, and I'm thinking after tonight and tomorrow's debates, there has to be Democrats that don't see that extreme side of things as something they want, and I maybe we can come up with some memes or some things that we can put out there that might attract their attention. I just happen to think that after these 2 debates are over, there's got to be some Democrats that would lean that way. So,
right.
Chris, just another avenue we might think about.
Good point. Okay, guys, that's it for tonight. Next state call will be in July 24th. You know, we try to do the 4th Wednesday of every month for the state call. So I apologize for the technical problems tonight. Hopefully I'll be better prepared next time. So I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight, and I'll get this recording out. Now, once again, I plan on sending the special guest recording on a separate YouTube link for you, because I really would like for you to see that, and I think it's a fun thing, and I want to be able to utilize this young guy in some manner or not sure what, but in some way I want us to be able to utilize him. All right, everybody, good night. Have a good evening, and thank you for everything you're doing. Good night.
Good night. Good night, all.